Hello, everyone. My name is James Suhon. I'm a graduate support engineer here at eOne Solutions. And today I'm just going to go back to basics. I'm going to run through where you can find all the information you need for your Business Central connection, whether it be a production, sandbox connected. The information is roughly the same. So I'm going to do a quick run through with where exactly we find that information inside of Business Central. So as you can see, I also have a tab open for Dynamics 365 Business Central, but for now, we're going to focus first on our connector. So I'm just going to use my sandbox connector right here as an example. We open this up and the basic connection settings are right down here. It's our tenant ID, our environment, our default company, and whether or not this is going to be a sandbox connector. Now, there's these four things for basic BC Cloud connection. As you can see, we have other access as well: Docker, SparkRock, Wise. But majority of your connections with Business Central that we see is going to be login online, unless you specifically use something different. If you specifically use SparkRock, if you specifically use Wise, you're going to want to use that. But typically, you're going to want to stick with login online. So the first thing we're going to look at is the tenant ID here. Now, this one, you can find it in a couple different spots inside of Business Central. First spot is we open up Business Central right here in the home screen. There it is right there. Right there. Oh, oh boy, come on. There we go. That right there is your tenant ID. Standard, straightforward. It's right there in the browser URL. Now, another way you can find that as well is you go here into the help menu, you click on help and support. And if you scroll all the way down, it is also right here. So those are the two places you can find the tenant ID. And I'll also go through that the tenant ID is important because if that's wrong, your connector's not going to know where to go. It's not going to know what organization to look for. It's going to have nowhere to go. It's going to be just throwing a fish and hook out into the ocean looking for something. You're casting a line into the dark. You got no idea what's out there. It's no idea where it's going. You're just throwing it out there. So our next piece of this is the environment. Now, the environment is very important as well, because with the tenant ID, you find your account. But with the wrong environment, is it going to connect to your production? Is it going to connect to a sandbox? Is it going to connect to the right sandbox? You don't know. So most environments, you can find it. It's really, really easy as well. There's multiple spots to find this as well. As you can see, obviously, there's a big one right there. Here in Business Central, right here, this will tell you exactly what you're looking for the environment. As you can see, I'm in a sandbox. There's also production in a sandbox too. Like, this is where your environment is. It's right here. It's also available right inside the same spot, right next to where your tenant ID is. As you can see right there, my environment is sandbox, and it also has what type of environment it is. It's a sandbox environment, to which that'll come into key later. So right there, I have my environment in that spot here in the help and support menu. And it's also right there as well. It's right here. You just want to exact copy it out if you can. I always recommend coming here because it's a lot easier to copy and paste this than it is to try and grab this. It gets a little buggy. It's not super friendly. And then that sandbox obviously goes right here. Now, this is the one that I see screwed up the most, is default company, because there's a very key thing that goes into the default company that makes the difference for this, and it's what goes into the actual field itself. So the way you find your default company is not right here. There's always a chance this is not it. It may look like it is, it very well could be, but it's not the correct spelling. So what you want to do is open up companies. You open up this list and see, I just happen to be that way because right there, Cronus USA Inc. is the actual name of the company. This name column right here is our important column. This is what goes into the connection settings, not the display name. Not the display name, the actual name. As you can see right here, it specifies the name of a company that has been created in the current database. This is what you're looking for. This specifies the name to display for the user interface instead of what's in the name field. This is important because the display name, although it may go through and you may be able to still validate the connector, you won't be able to use your query builder. You won't get your dimensions. None of that will work. To get that to work, you need this one right here. Without it, it won't work. Because a good example of what could be the difference, mine just happens to be this, but if I go to my production environment here and show you, you can see in my companies list, right there, Cronus USA versus Cronus Demo. If I were to use Cronus Demo in my account, in my connection settings, it's going to fail. I'm not going to get my dimensions through, and my query builder is not going to work. That's why this is important to use this one right here. This is the database name. This is the friendly name. So, and then you grab that database name and that goes in right here. Now this last piece here essentially tells PopDoc what type of connector this is. Because the main difference with the connectors is how the extension tab is configured. So this is simple true or false. Essentially, if I hop back in, you can tell what type of connector it is since, well, I switched to production, so I open up help and support, scroll down, yep, it's a production connector. So if I was setting this up for my production, I would say is sandbox false. It's not a sandbox, but this is my sandbox connector, so it stays true. Then obviously you go through, you hit connect, and you're all good to go. So as always, thank you for watching these videos. If you enjoy these, please continue to come back to our channel where we keep bringing these types of informational videos to you guys to help you better utilize our product. Thank you, and as always, have a nice day.